Good evening, Edinburgh. How are we doing? Yes, the ethnics left in the last section. Love the fact there was a brown disclaimer, so I don't have to do it. I'll just get straight in there. So I'm Salma, and I have to say I'm glad the summer is over, right? Because we had the race riots in London, you know. But the funniest video I saw, right, of it was a woman shouting at the police, going, "I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist. Because my sister's a lesbian." Now, with that level of intellect, I think we're going to be okay. Speaking of diversity, right, I can understand why lots of you lot are invited to one of these diversity training days. But me, by my colleague Muna, who's a so-called ethnic, now I can say that you definitely can't. And she gathered all our white colleagues in a room. Shit, a bit like this. And she comes in the room, right, walks around the room, sniffs the air, and she's like, "I can smell a racist." And then she looks at me, the other ethnic in the room, and says, "Salma, can you smell a racist?" And I think, finally, a witch hunt I can be part of. So I take a deep breath in, yeah, my white colleagues are tensing up. Bums clenched on the seats. Pick up this guy here. You can unclench them, mate, though, because actually, right, I was remembering my school days and the smell of my first crush, Jamie. Aww. Or as we used to call him, Jamie the racist. Yeah, because to be fair to him, he was a bloody racist. But alhamdulillah, he smelled good. He wore Lynx Africa. That's a very ironic scent choice for a man who's all about white power. His mum's stolen silk cut cigarettes and shepherd's pie. The trifecta of English whiteness. Yeah, it goes down better here in Scotland. Now, speaking of races, I'm actually married to a white man. Yeah, for my sins. It's a bit tricky, right? Because I'm Pakistani ex-Muslim, now married to a white Irish Catholic. So I'm not sure how this whole sin thing works. But you know what? Through this marriage, I'm atoning for all of my sins at once. And the sins of my ancestors. Now, I'm not saying all white people are racist. But when my husband, Sean, pisses me off, I call him the great white bastard. It's like he's to blame for all of the racism in the world. Look, mixed race marriages, do you know what I mean? They have their unique challenges. So I met Sean's dad for the first time in a pub at 11 a.m. Yes, because he's an alcoholic. And I think he was trying to impress me, you know, come meet me in the office, which is what he calls the pub. Now, concerning bit is, Sean's aunt and cousins have died from drinking. But what I don't get, once they've died, we go to something called a wake, which means drinking. So this family's got a problem with alcohol. Bigger problem, they don't understand irony. And I think Sean married me, right, as a Muslim, as a way to escape the alcoholism in his family. But what he didn't realise, as an ex-Muslim, I am doing 7 people's worth of drinking here. Right, so I meet Sean's dad for the first time, and honestly, it's like the weirdest display of unity that only a drunk man can think of. He put on an Irish folk tune on the jukebox called Pakistani Pat. I can hear that some of you are in shock. What about me? How do you think I felt? Right, so let me explain Pakistani Pat, right? Written in the 70s, so diversity training, not a thing. And do not expect me to sing it, right? Seriously, my Irish accent is so bad. It sounds Jamaican. Spot the racist, she's asked me to sing it. You can find it on Spotify, my dear. To be fair, like Sean's family, right? So they play this song to me every Christmas, every Easter. They also give me a box of black magic chocolates. Proving once again this family doesn't understand irony. Now look, Sean's family is a nightmare, but mine is worse, right? Not because they're Muslims, you Islamophobes, right? It's because they're hypocrites. Now, for those you don't know, Islam is on the spectrum, a bit like sexuality, less chlamydia. So, no, I left Islam because of my devout brother. His name's Abbas, so we've nicknamed him a bastard. Because he uses Islam to justify his shitty behaviour. Now, that's not exclusive to Islam. Look at the Catholics. They use Jesus as a way to sleep with children. Yeah, so look, my brother, the bastard, right, criticises me for not following a strict halal diet, right? But then behind my back, he's stuffing his face with McDonald's hamburgers. And he claims it's because McDonald's don't put enough meat in the hamburgers to know whether it's halal or not. So when I found this out, I was like, Jesus Christ almighty. My dad was like, wrong prophet. Also, Sean's first wedding, Pakistani wedding, was my sister's, right? We got to meet my first cousin, yes. The one, obviously, yes, I was destined to marry. Yeah, so Sean felt really good about himself. He felt really good. He was like, our union is one step up from inbreeding. I was very happy about that. So my cousin asked him the question that some of you lot like to ask us, you know, where are you from? And the reason why he was doing that, right, because he wanted to find out the quality of white man he was, right? So Pakistanis, the right kind of white is one who's white on the outside and Muslim on the inside. And Sean didn't know this, so he goes, you know, my cousin was like, you Algerian? And he's like, no. Moroccan? No. Scottish? No. English? No. And at this point, Sean gets really offended. And I have to step in and go, he's Irish. And my cousin's like, ooh, dirty white. I can do that. No, I tell you what, Pakistani weddings are so boring that I actually ended up ordering a bottle of Merlot in front of my Muslim mother. And she was so bored, I swear to God and Allah, she wanted to drink it with me. I'm going to take a punt and reckon that many of you are childless couples, yes? Or childless? Yeah? Cheer, come on, yeah! Fucking hashtag living your best life, aren't you? You know what my hashtag is? I fucking hate my children. Because they are weak pussies. Yeah, I'll give you a recent example. Our kitten got sick. They were like, Mummy, can you make it better? No. I checked the no frills pet insurance. It does not cover the cancer operation. 15 grand it costs to keep a kitten alive. When you know you can get a new one for 150 quid. That's a laughter recognition right there. She's bought a few. So I'm standing there, right, with my 3-week children. Not one of them cries. They're pathetic. And I got a glimpse into the future. It's my funeral. Not one of them's crying. I'm more important than a kitten. So I'm going to leave a written confession, and it's going to say, I could have saved that kitten all along. I just didn't. Cry on that, you bastards. I've been Salma Lyons, and you've been wonderful. Thank you.